Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, what caused this Bitcoin dip? Bitcoin was holding just fine, and then all of a sudden it dipped down. And unfortunately, there is more FUD coming out of Europe. And no, I'm not referring to the invasion and war. This is something completely different, and it does seem to be causing this new cloud of uncertainty. So let's talk about what it is and if it's something that we really need to worry about. And let's just talk about everything else that's going on. So smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you follow me on social media, and lastly, make sure you check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you guys are hanging in there. I know it's not looking good right now. I mean, Bitcoin was, hovering around 39, was just kind of chilling around 39, and then things got a little weaker, and all of a sudden we had this sell-off right here. We have recovered slightly back to about 38, but can we hold? And what caused this? Right, I was wondering what caused this. Looking at the war front, there's a little. I mean, it's a bad situation, but it doesn't seem like there was really anything that drove more fear. However, I did find it. I did find what caused some traders to become more fearful than they already are, and that is this. So tomorrow, there is a EU Parliament vote. And within this vote, there's new provisions that seek to shift proof-of-work crypto, and this was slid in at the last minute, to shift proof-of-work crypto to more energy-friendly proof-of-stake. This is what scared a lot of people. All right, so again, it's kind of like the infrastructure bill and all these bills where you have some politician that thinks they could just like sneak something in, thinking that no one's going to pay attention, right? So this was just snuck in. So there is a vote that's going to happen tomorrow. And people are afraid that if this is, if this is passed, that means proof of work crypto could potentially be banned. And we know the biggest proof of work crypto out there is the biggest crypto out there, Bitcoin, right? And not only that, Ethereum is still proof of work, and you have shitcoins like Litecoin that's still proof of work. But this is what's scaring people, right? So what's the reason for this? Well, of course, to become more energy friendly, right? There's still a lot of FUD out there about how much power it takes to mine Bitcoin, and there's just not a whole lot of people that really understand why that's important, why the mining aspect is important, makes it the most secure network there is right now. But besides that, people are not really paying attention to other things. For example, Bitcoin mining in total in the EU consumes less than 0.2%. 0.2%. Okay? So that's not even 1%, not even close. 0.2%. So is this really going to decrease energy consumption in the EU if Bitcoin mining was banned? Is it going to make a dent? Anything significant? The answer is no. No, it's not going to do anything, right? So it's one of those things. It's just, you got to scratch your head and realize, this is just ridiculous, right? It's not going to do anything. If Bitcoin mining was taking like 10%, even 5% of, the energy supply of Europe, which we know that could be constrained because if Russian oil and natural gas is cut off, I could see that. I could see that argument. But it's 0.198. 198. Very, very insignificant. And if you look at carbon emissions, if you're afraid of, ESG, you're afraid that Bitcoin mining is killing the earth, well, look at this. Metric tons of CO2. Okay, this was updated in January 2022, so this is pretty update. Look at Bitcoin, then look at gold, which is 3 times higher in terms of carbon emission. Then you look at the banking system, and then you look at like the aviation system and marine transport, ACs and electric fans. Take a look at that, 1,000 metric tons per year. Even dryers, tumble dryers, right, is at 53. It's higher than Bitcoin. So is Bitcoin really all that bad? Well, if you look at it this way, the answer is no, right? No. So no one's talking about banning gold. No one's talking about banning ACs and electric fans. No one's talking about banning airplanes or tumble dryers. Yet people are still talking about banning Bitcoin and how dirty it is. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So unfortunately, that's what's going on right now. The good news, at least out of CoinDesk, is that there are a lot of people that are very against this, and that this vote, will maybe, separate out this new clause, could be removed altogether, and could be denied because of the people that are against this, because they just don't believe in it because of what I just showed you guys, right? The energy consumption is nothing, and carbon emission is really a lot lower than all these other industries. So why even bother do this, right? So again, that I believe is what caused the Bitcoin dip tonight. But will we recover from this? There's a good chance. Of course, right now, because of all the uncertainty out there, whenever there's like any kind of like fun news, Bitcoin immediately dips. And then recently we've been seeing how it's been coming back up, right? And it just goes back up to about the 39,000 range. So it looks like it wants to do that again. So this could be one of those quick reactions, or it could just be more whale manipulation to try to, again, get people to get liquidated, drive people out, and still accumulate. I think it's a little bit of both. But if you're looking at how healthy Bitcoin is, well, it's as healthy as ever. Lightning Network, the set layer 2, Lightning Network continues to increase in terms of capacity. Despite the price fluctuations and volatility, keeps improving. More and more people are able to utilize Lightning Network to send Bitcoin instantaneously across any distance for almost no fees. That's what the Lightning Network brings to Bitcoin. So obviously right now with all the donations going to Ukraine, very important. And I showed this morning, the most important metric, I believe, and that is measuring liquid supply, which is at an all-time high. The number of Bitcoins out of circulation is at an all-time high right now, right? So as a holder, none of this should bother you. And most of you guys that's been watching me for a while, you know my spiel, right? Continue forward, be patient, ignore the FUD, and focus on the future, because Bitcoin is early and it's only going to get bigger, but we're going to have a lot of FUD like this come out periodically from time to time from different places, sometimes out of nowhere, right? But Bitcoin is resilient, holders are certainly resilient, and we will get through it. Right? So if anything, good DCA opportunity, right? That's the best way to look at it. Now, I think that is what happened. As for this cloud of uncertainty, well, of course, there is more stuff this week. We have a lot of economic data that's coming out, right? We got 1 year, 3 year inflation expectations that's coming out tomorrow. And then we have retail sales and, of course, FOMC announcement. FOMC, announcement, and Jerome Powell's going to have a news conference. Maybe I could do that news conference live again with you guys. I did that last time. Wasn't that successful, but maybe we could do it again. But, he's going to set the agenda forward, and that could cause some volatility. Could be good, though. Could be good, depending on what he says, right? So we do have those things that's coming up. So again, this uncertainty, FUD, still exists. Of course, what's going on with Ukraine and Russia is still exists. According to this, Russia has now overtaken Iran as the most sanctioned country in the world. Okay, that's how bad it is. And there's some speculation how Russia is fighting near NATO borders now. I saw that. It hasn't really been confirmed. Is this going to lead to World War III? I don't think so. Hopefully not. But of course, still ongoing situation. There's ceasefire talks that's going to happen tomorrow. So I'll update you guys more on this situation tomorrow during my morning open stream. But there's that, right? So there's just a lot of FUD. A lot of FUD everywhere. And I said this morning, right? With all this FUD, it's really hard to concentrate. But Bitcoin is holding strong. And is stronger than ever if you're looking at any kind of measurable metric that's measuring its health and its adoption and its users and even its buying behind the scenes. It's all still heading up. There you go. All right, two other things. Number one is you guys know that Terra has been on a roll, despite the fact that recently it came down a little bit. It's like $88. But still, it's one of the only ones that's actually doing really well right now in terms of an altcoin. And just posted on CryptosRUs, it's interesting that Terra's volume, because most people I think get Terra on KuCoin, Terra's volume is higher than Bitcoin and Ethereum combined. That's how much trading there is right now. And there's going to be a lot more because UST continues to be burned and burned and burned. I mean, Terra Luna is continuing to be burned and burned and burned and burned. So that's quite interesting. And then lastly, has nothing to do with crypto. I saw this on CNBC. If it's on CNBC, then I better report it. That is Tom Brady is returning. He's coming out of retirement. His retirement lasted 40 days. I don't know. I'm not a football guy, so can't really tell you if Buccaneers are set to go to the Super Bowl next year, but he is coming back. He is coming back. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. You know what? Overall, things are down a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. We will get through it. So let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up. Let's see if I missed anything. I've been just DCA. That is right. Just excuse me, ban crypto. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that still they feel like they missed out. So now they're trying what they can to bring the system down. I'm watching Phantom setting up to stuff more in my old lady's purse. Lynn, that's the right attitude. EU is throwing pure FUD. Yup. Stacking up Phantom 110. That's what Lynn just said. You know, I still believe in Phantom. Its TVL for DeFi is still vast. Despite the recent FUD, I think they're going to come back. They're going to come back. In the meantime, there's still a lot of people that's worried about Andre leaving. Obviously, with the market being down, smaller caps like Phantom does struggle more, right? But that makes it a better better buying opportunity. Jason, how much energy will electric cars use if everyone switch to EVs? I don't know. A lot. I'm assuming. I don't know if electrical grids can even support that kind of movement. Crypto McFly, please do a live feed on J Powell's talks. Okay, I'll try to do so. Last time I gave some commentary. No, I don't know if I did. I think I did. I'll have to do that again. Oh yeah, last time was Gina. Gina was called, and she was nowhere. She missed her turn, and then they brought her back. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Hodl me. You know what? Interesting enough, I just posted a Hodl video on TikTok. I know some of you guys have been watching. Starting to pick up. What's your thoughts on Casper? It's a steal right now. I've never followed that project. And I don't like privacy stuff. So we need a Litecoin educational video. I don't know if one can be made about Litecoin. There's just really nothing educational about that project. Would you rather hold Matic or Cosmos? I'd rather just have both. I mean, they're both equally as good, in my opinion. I'd just go with both. I see there's a lot of people requesting some XRP education. So I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to do it. It's no longer when Lambo, it's when forecasting. Gas is definitely getting pretty expensive. I hear it's over $6 in some parts. I know in Europe it's a lot higher than the US, but I think in parts of America now, maybe California, I've seen some over $6. I've seen some over $7, but I don't know if it's true or it's just photoshopped. You guys tell me if any of you guys live in an area that has over $7 gas. I don't think so, but maybe I'm wrong. Do I hold Stellar? No. Is having all crypto being Celsius and XO too risky? Probably not. They're not going to close down. But, you know, eventually they're going to get closed in the US. Hong Kong's over $7 a gallon. Yeah, 660 is the highest I've seen. If you're worried about gas prices, then Lambo isn't for you. Well, that's exactly right. It's funny that you see some guys that make videos complaining about how their McLaren or Lambo sucks and this and that, and how they have to pay high insurance price, you know, or high gas price or all this stuff. You know, come on, guys. Come on. If you're in a $300,000 sports exotic car, those things are things that you should not be complaining about. I live in California, confirmed 729 Beverly Hills. Noah. That sucks. 770 in Quebec. Yeah, so there are places above $7. And oil actually started coming down. And so it's starting to just kind of adjust now, right? But oil is at 105. Imagine if oil continues to go up. So there's rumors that OPEC is going to increase production. US is supposed to increase production. But let's say if oil goes up and goes to like 150 like some predicted. You know, I can't even imagine. It'll be like over $10 per gallon. It'll be insane. But, you know, even with the high oil price and high gasoline prices, is it justifiable to spend more, like $10, $20, $30, $50,000 more on an EV car just so that you can save at the pump? And the answer is no, it's not justifiable. So if you're trying to buy, let's say, a Tesla to save on gas, you'll never make that back. But Tesla owners feel good about it. You know, they brag about, hey, look, I don't have to pay $100 when I fill up, but they already paid up front. So that's just... I just find that funny. Gate.io closing for U.S. citizens. I haven't heard about that. I have to look, but I haven't heard about that. Future millionaire. So you have your screen name right. There's right attitude, right mindset. And then you ask when ramen. So then you're defeating that whole mindset of becoming a millionaire. Don't be asking questions like that. It's all about your brain is always listening to you, right? And if you are saying the right things, having that positive attitude, your brain will only think that. But if you're speaking out nothing but bad vibes, bad attitude, well, then your brain is going to pick that up, right? You have to control your brain. You have to continue to be positive and continue to reach the goals that you have set for yourself. Should I hold ETH? What's wrong with holding ETH? ETH is fine. ETH right now is more or less correlated to Bitcoin. So, I mean, bottom line, it's just following Bitcoin. It's not any stronger or weaker. But if your portfolio is too heavy in Ethereum, then maybe you should think about diversifying. I have lobster in my ramen. Lobster has inflated to astronomical prices, I hear. What does your Vauld promo offer? There's no promo. It's just another project that you can stake, and get pretty good rewards. Especially with someone like Polygon. They just opened up Solana rewards recently. And they allow you to trade, and they allow you to dollar cost average. You could set a schedule, makes it very easy, for people to just kind of hold on DCA. Yeah, I forgot to show this. Yeah, so they do have 4% on Solana right now, going up to April 7th. So Bitcoin is still trying to climb up. Inflation made Tom Brady come out time. I don't think Tom Brady's worried about inflation. I think he's pretty set for life there. But he probably just don't want to sit at home and hang out with his lovely wife and the kids. He wants to do something. What do you think about Sol? You know what? This morning I talked about them. They have become really weak. Their TVL has been dropping like a rock, and there's no explanation for it. They shouldn't be that weak. I know that VCs hold a large amount, and they could have sold off Sol. Yes, I know that. But in terms of their TVL, their liquidity on their DeFi has been dropping like a rock too. Where Terra has been going up, and others like Avalanche and even Phantom, Polygon, they've been holding. They haven't dropped nearly as much. So there's something going on there. I don't know. Can't quite put my finger on it, but it could be because so many have moved to Terra. It could be as easy as that. Let's see. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Thoughts on VeChain? I still like VeChain. They're moving to Europe, even though they have big presence in China, but still, They're really trying to move into DeFi, and that's what I want to see. Algo's still good. Their DeFi offering is still very, very low, non-existent, but they have made great strides within Latin America. Am I still bullish on Lakers? No, I'm bullish on LeBron, man. He just had another 50-point game. 56-point game, 50-point game at the age of 37. In the NBA, that's like impossible. So I think Jordan did it once, had a 50-point game in the Wizards. I think he was like 37, 38. But that's pretty much it. He is trying to carry the Lakers into the playoffs. So I'm not bullish on Lakers. I'm more bullish on LeBron. I think he's going to break all records. By the time he retires, so many people like to hate on him. And this is why I turned my stance on LeBron. Because I used to be a big LeBron hater too. And I couldn't stand the guy. And, I think most people are like that because they're so used to seeing him each and every year dominating. He's been... It's funny because I play 2K on Xbox, right? And in 2K, you could select all-star team, previous all-star teams from previous decades. He's been on 3 different decades all-star teams, and still have a 97 rating, and still is the captain. At the age of 37, that just shows how good he has been over the however many years that he has played. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, and I felt really sorry for LeBron when who's that guy? J.R. Smith, ruined that perfect game when they were playing Golden State. I felt really bad for LeBron. I think most people wanted to kill J.R. Smith. And I felt really bad when KD went to Golden State, because then it became like an all-star team. Like, there was no point of even playing. There's no way you could beat Golden State with KD, Steph, and Clay, and Draymond, and that's just like ridiculous. Anyways, I got off topic. All right. What about Westbrook? What about him? They should have never got him. They should have kept. Who's that guy on the White Mamba? No, not White Mamba. The guy that he's on the Bulls now. I think he would have been better than Westbrook. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. Overall, we got a little bit more FUD today from the EU. Could turn out to be a big nothing burger, but caused Bitcoin to sell off a little bit, caused crypto to sell off a little bit, but tomorrow could be better. And overall, Bitcoin is still growing. So we don't want to give up. We want to stay in the game and stay bullish. All right, Caruso, that's it. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. And as requested, here's the most educational Ripple XRP video you will ever see in your lifetime. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.